So guys, welcome. Now, if you are new to this channel, before we get started, please click on the subscribe button, like and share. And now let's get started. We will be looking at our Wall Street 30, which is also known as US 30. Anyone you want to call it or as you want to see it, Wall Street 30 or US 30. Now let's see it starting from our monthly time frame down to our 1 hour time frame. We can see our monthly time frame full trend. We're actually bullish, right? We're actually going long on our monthly time frame. Now of recent, there's one thing we can see actually a bearish move on our US 30, by the way, due to inflation and inflation and an increase in interest rate. We heard the news. It was not about last week or last 2 week when the Federal Reserve when came out with a statement that there won't be stopping any stop on the increase on an interest rate, right? Which means once there's an increase in an interest rate, most of our stocks or shares and everything tends to fall, by the way, because company it becomes more expensive to borrow to run a company and other things, so which means the value of shares tends to fall and everything. So we tend to see all these index or these stocks, be it our Nasdaq, our S&P 500, it tends to drop. So likewise is what we are seeing on this our US 30. It is actually dropping. So on this monthly time frame, now let's see it, by the way, we will see a bearish move. There was a correction here, a little bit of a correction. We had another bearish move. This is the green correction. Now this correction has hit our 10 period moving average. Now once it has gotten to our 10 period moving average, what are we expecting? Another drop again on our US 30. So US 30, it is actually bearish of recent, and we are aiming or looking to actually short this our US 30 or Wall Street 30. But there's one thing, that is exactly, but let us first try and take it to this our previous lower lows. That should be giving us about 5% drop. That is about 1,679 basis points more to drop. At least once we can short it, especially if you are trading it on the time monthly time frame point of view, then we would want to short it to our previous lower lows. At least that should be about 5% drop. We should be having about 1,600 plus basis points we'll be able to acquire. So if you can take it to these lows, then we're very much likely to go another low again. First of all, we want to take it to this low, then we might see a little bit of a pullback on our monthly time frame, like I'm saying, and a drop again on our US 30 or Wall Street 30. Now let's see it on our weekly time frame. So zoom out on the weekly move. This was our huge highs where we started having this reversal move. So there was a drop here. We had another impulse move, a drop. We had another impulse move, another drop. There was an impulse move here. So we had this drop, huge drop, breaking this lows. So this one was kind of like a correction where the price was starting to recover. Then there was a news that was released whereby no interest rate will keep rising, they won't cut down on it. Then we started seeing this drop again. So very much last 3 weeks there, we actually had this huge candlestick here, which was bearish, right? Last 2 weeks we opened and closed bearish, which was here. Now and last week, the week that just passed, we open and close bearish. Now this week we are looking for is that we actually open and close bearish again. That is why I said let us try and short it to take out these lows here on our US 30. So if you can take out these lows, then fine. We've actually grabbed something on our US 30 on our weekly time frame. So basically, weekly time frame too is also bearish. Our monthly time frame says bearish. Weekly time frame says bearish. Now let's see our daily. Now our daily time frame. By the way, if you see this was actually a correction on our weekly time frame. See it here. This was our weekly time frame. So this was actually a correction. You see this huge movement upward. So this was actually a correction. So on this our daily time frame, price was kind of like recovering. Then the news was released. So I think from here we had this drop here. There was a correction here. We had another huge huge drop, by the way. So do you think we'll be having a correction anytime soon? Yes, possible, probably yes, because there's a huge impulse move downward. Secondly, price is below our 10 period moving average. And I want you to note something, is that this level, we are actually on a key level here. Price actually got to this level and it bounces up, right? Now price came, when it price broke below it, it come to this level and it, it dropped, came to this level, it dropped, and once we broke below above it, then we saw a little bit of a level come to this level and test it a little before going up. So I want you to also know that this is actually a key level we are aiming. So basically, this is where we are now. We want to see a pullback, which I believe, I think we'll be getting it on Monday or Tuesday, I don't know. But once we want to get a pullback on our daily time frame, because this is actually a huge impulse move downward, so we want to get in a pullback. Once we get to this pullback, then I believe we'll actually go bearish again on our US30. So US30 on a daily time frame, we are still bearish. Monthly time frame is bearish. Weekly time frame is bearish. Daily time frame too is also bearish, but we are expecting or waiting for a pullback. So basically, if you want to go bearish, then I'll say wait for a pullback. After we've gotten the pullback, then you can actually now go bearish. You can now actually short this our Wall Street 30. Now to actually enter this trade, we would see it on our 4-hour time frame, because I actually take my trade on 4-hour time frame, and it actually works for me better well. So let's start it from here. An impulse move was made here. We saw a correction. We saw another impulse move. Let me take it down here. There was a correction on our 4-hour time frame, and now we are going impulse again. So basically, it looks like we've had that correction on our, where we are aiming to actually have the correction, which was around here, right? We're actually aiming to have a correction which was this level here, which we highlighted, right? Let's see it now. Let's zoom it. It's like we've actually gotten the correction, the pullback level. See it here. We're actually aiming to have a correction at this level. So the price came to this level here. We had a correction on our 4-hour time frame. See it. This was the correction, and now we are going bearish. So basically, it is now time for us to actually go bearish on this our Wall Street 30 or US30. So once the price opens and price breaks below this our lows, then I'll tell you short the US30. It's now time to actually short it, but it's time to actually go short on our US30. So let's wait for a price to kind of like wobbly some, try and give us a little bit of a movement. When it's downward, by the way, little bit of movement downward, then we can actually now jump in the trade on our US30. So basically, that is the analysis. Let's see 1-hour time frame what it says. So 1-hour time frame, I think it's still bullish, by the way, except the price breaks below this lows, this candlestick wick here. Once our price breaks below it, then fine, we can consider shorting it. As at now, we just don't know how, it's kind of like want to give us a bullish move, but I don't think it will be bullish, since the price actually broke below this, breaking below this lows here. Then definitely our bullish move configuration is now deleted, is over. So wait for our price to break below this candlestick wick, which is about 31175. Then we can actually now short it. So that is the analysis for the week on our US30.